In this video, I'm going to explain about the table tags in HTML. So table tags importance is to create tables. Okay, if you want to arrange the data in the form of rows and columns, that is called a table. So first I want to maintain the information in a tabular form. That information is related to student, like serial number, roll number of the student, name of the student, and department name of the student. So how do we design tables using a table tag and its supported tags in HTML? So I will open the Edit Plus software to type my HTML program. So I click on File, New, and type of the file is HTML page. So there's some default contents are displayed. So no need to worry about all these contents. Here I want to change the title as table tags. So this I'm changing it to table tags because this program is related to give some highlights about the table tags. Now, in the browser web page body part, I want to display students information in a tabular form. So for this, I need to begin a table tag. There is a tag called table tag that is used to create different number of rows and columns. Now, in my first row, okay, in my first row, I want to display the first table heading. So that is called TH. TR means table row, TH means table heading. So the first table heading name is serial number. Okay, that is the first column. And the next one is roll number. So I mentioned here it as RNO, short form, that is roll number. And the next one is name of the student. So name field, that is the third column. The next one is department. So DEPT. So once I placed all the four columns, serial number, roll number, name and depth, my row contents are closed. So that by that field, I need to close the row. See, so the row begins here and it holds the four fields called named as serial number, roll number, name and department. Now, I want to keep some information under the heading serial number. I want to keep some information under the heading roll number. I want to keep some information under the heading name and department. So how can I keep? That is called table data. So TH is different from TD. I will explain in what way they both are different. Okay. So serial number, the first number is 1. Okay. So TD and this one actually the second one is here we need to begin one more row because the first row contains the headings only. The next row contains the first student record. The first student record is called, in our record point of view, it is the first one. So it is the first record. So in our serial number it is 1 and roll number is suppose 1001. That is roll number. Okay. So here once I open a TD tag I need to close it. Okay. And serial number is 1 and roll number is 1001. Okay, and the third field is name. Okay, so name Rajesh, name. The next one is department. Suppose he belongs to CSC department, for example. So like this I'm giving. So by this I placed four contents related to a particular student. The student name is Rajesh. The student roll number is 1001. He is serial number 1 and he belongs to CSC department. So we need to close this row. So how do we close it? Slash tr. So this table contains the first row is headings, second row is the first student record. Similarly, I want to insert one more student record. So one more student record means I need to begin a new row freshly. In that row, I am going to place the data fields. So second field, second serial number, okay, and roll number, okay, roll number, and the name of the second student, that is Mahesh, for example, okay. He also belongs to suppose CSA, okay. So by this, I will close this row. Now I will add one more record. So that means I need to begin the another row. In that row, third student information. So serial number is 3 and student roll number is 1003. Okay, suppose the student name is Naresh. Okay, so by this I will close this record row. Once all rows are created, finally we need to close the table tag. And initially I opened the table tag. Finally, we need to close the table tag. So once again, I'm explaining. So what I done inside the body tag. First, I generated a table with the help of built-in tag called table tag. So table tag is supporting some more tags called table row that is mentioned here as tr, and table heading that is represented here as th, and table data that is represented here as td. So remember, tr means table row, th means table heading, td means table data elements. So why I mentioned th for only the first row? Why I did not mention the other records as th? Why? Because in any table, only the first row is used as a headings. So headings are displayed with some bold font style. They are highlighted. The heading font size and font properties are different from the normal records. That is the reason only for the first row I applied th. For the rest of the rows I applied only td. Okay, this. Now I need to save this file. So click on file, save as. So I need to save under web technologies. This is the first table demo program. So table demo .html. I'm giving the file extension as .html. I saved it. Now how to run it? Open the browser and click on this. Okay, so web technologies is the directory here. Just now I created a file with the name table demo. If I want to run this one, I need to double click on this file. You see here, you can observe whatever the number of records I created. If you see why the first fields are highlighted with some bold style compared to the remaining records, it is the heading is highlighted. Why? Because we need to highlight the headings compared to the regular records. So serial number 1 is the first record, serial number 2 is the second record, and serial number 3 is the third record. If you observe, by default, table borders are not visible here. Please remember, by default, table border is not visible, but it looks like a tabular form. It is having some number of rows, some number of columns. How many rows are there? 4 rows are there. How many columns are there? 4 columns are there. Now, if I want to get the border here, I need to pass an attribute called border inside the table tag. Please remember, there is an attribute called border. We need to set some thickness. If I assign border equals to 5 means 5 pixel size. If I assign border equals to 15 means 15 pixel size. I will show you how it is going to display. Once I saved it, I need to refresh it. Now I am able to see the border size, borders. I am able to see the borders. So before using the border attribute in the inside the table tag, by default the border is not visible. If you want to make it visible, we need to pass an attribute called border and we need to assign some number that improves the thickness of the border. Now by default the table color is black. I want to change it to some other color, suppose magenta. Okay, so I need to save this one, open this one, refresh the page. See, magenta color. By default, the table is displayed on the left side of the screen. If I want to made it visible in the center of the screen, I need to pass one more attribute. Align is equals to center. So align is an attribute that is used to set the table in the align means if you set it center of the screen. If you set it right side of the screen. So save this one, open the browser, refresh the page. So the table is now appeared in the center of the screen. Okay, now one more there are two more attributes are there. One is cell spacing. Cell spacing means, yeah, I will show you what will happen if I applied cell spacing attribute. Cell spacing will improve the maintains the space between the cell one cell to the its adjacent cell. So what is a cell? The intersection part of a row and column is called a cell. So first row, first column is called cell 1. First row, second column is called cell 2. First row, third cell is called cell 3. So each this SNO is displayed in a box. That box is called cell. It is an intersection part of rows and column. Now I applied the default cell spacing is very small. If I want to increase that space, now I set cell spacing equals some 15. You can observe the difference. What will happen? See that size, the space between one cell to its adjacent cell is increasing. Suppose if I made it some 25, 10 to other than 10, suppose 25, how it is change? Just you observe. Say this one, refresh the page. So how it is going to change? Okay. Next one, I will change the color other than magenta. It looks some, I will apply some pink color so it is visible more clarity compared to the previous color. You see? Okay. So now I want to improve the space between the cell and its internal content. See, SNO, in SNO, S is very close to the left edge. In RNO, R is very close to the left edge. In a name, N is very close to the left edge. In department, D is also very close to the left. Not only this, in all cells, the content is very close to its left edge. If I want to maintain the space between the cell and its content, there is one more attribute that is called as cell padding. Okay, suppose if I applied cell padding is 25. Okay, now save this one. If you observe the changes, click on the refresh button. You see, so how it affects when I pass on cell padding attribute, the space between the beginning character S and the left border, this space is increasing. How this space is increased? Because of cell padding. And if you see the cell, the space between the one cell to the next cell, that is called cell spacing. So here it is improved with the help of cell spacing attribute. And how I got this color as a background color as pink, I passed an attribute called BZ color. And how I got this table in the center of the screen, I passed align is equals to center. And how I got this border, I passed an attribute called border. So you can observe and you can watch, identify the purpose of each and every attribute that is used in this table tag. So one first I used border tag. Next I applied some color to the table. Next I applied alignment to the table. I improved space between the cells. I improved the space between the cell and its internal content. Okay, and one more attribute is called, that is called caption. If you want to keep some heading for the table, okay, so that is called caption tag. So here caption. Okay, so caption is student table. Suppose the purpose of this table is displaying the student information, so I made it as student table. Now observe the difference. If I made if I applied a caption that is displayed as the heading of the table. Suppose generally we need to display the heading with larger font size and with some attractive color. So for that what I am doing, I will use the highest header level H1 and I also change the color. So style is equals to color. Okay, assign some attractive color according to your choice. So here I set it as color colon red and I need to close H1 tag. So why I am using H1 tag? Because I want to display table heading with largest font size with attractive color. You see here? So I applied a caption to my table. This table is representing the contains the student information. So I assigned a meaningful name for this table, student table. So how each and every attribute is helpful to display this table more attractive. So as a web designer, it is very, very important. So we need to design our web pages more attractive to grab the attention of the users. Okay.